What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Monday, April 24th, 2017, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for the Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Several new videos from Alien Covenant focuses on characters played by Danny McBride, Damian Bichir, and Tess Hobridge. McBride's Tennessee speaks into the camera. I told you I'd get out of Lynchburg. I bet you didn't think it was going to be like this, though, did you? I'm about to go into hypersleep, but I couldn't do that without having one more drink with my little baby brother. He goes on to reveal he is surprised he was chosen for the mission because he had been arrested 3 times before having stolen a vehicle and punched a police officer's horse in the mouth on St. Patrick's Day. He joked, "You guys have handed me the keys to the most expensive spaceship in history. Suckers." Bircher's Sergeant Lowe said in his own video diary, "This will be my final Covenant status report before entering hypersleep. A 6-person squad might not be sufficient for a mission with so many variables. That said, we will keep these people safe." Hobridge's Rosenthal says to the Lens, "It's a bit lonely here sometimes. I don't know if I'll ever see you again. Just don't forget me. Okay, bye." Alien Covenant follows the crew as they discover, quote, what they think is an uncharted paradise, but it's actually a dark, dangerous world, the synopsis says. It also reads, when they uncover a threat beyond their imagination, they must attempt a harrowing escape. Directed by Ridley Scott and co-starring Michael Fassbender, Billy Crudup, and Catherine Waterston, the sci-fi horror movie is set for theatrical release on May 19th. The next installment in James Cameron's Avatar sci-fi series is scheduled to hit theaters in 2020. The franchise Facebook page said Saturday, "Great to be working with the best team in the business. Avatar takes flight as we begin concurrent production on 4 sequels. The journey continues December 18th, 2020, December 17th, 2021, December 20th, 2024, and December 19th, 2025. Released in 2009, the first Avatar epic starred Sigourney Weaver, Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, and Michelle Rodriguez. The movie follows 20th century humans as they colonialize the moon Pandora. Leslie Uggams will star once again opposite Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool's roommate Blind Al in Deadpool 2. The actress confirmed the news while speaking with Black Film, stating definitely when asked that she would be returning for the sequel. Blind Al became a fan favorite after starring in the first film as she matched Reynolds' wit as the two bickered on screen. Uggams is the latest star confirmed for the film following Josh Brolin, who has been cast as time-traveling mutant Cable, and Atlanta star Zazie Beetz, who will be seen as mutant mercenary Domino. Deadpool 2, directed by John Wick co-helmer David Leitch, is set to begin production in June in Vancouver. The first trailer for the upcoming action comedy Kingsman: The Golden Circle is to debut online Monday. Cast members Halle Berry, Elton John, Pedro Pascal, and Taron Egerton all tweeted the trailer release news from their personal accounts on Sunday. Elton John wrote, "The first trailer for #Kingsman: The Golden Circle, which also stars Elton, is coming tomorrow. Get ready." Directed by Matthew Vaughn, the star-studded cast also includes Julianne Moore, Channing Tatum, Mark Strong, Jeff Bridges, and Colin Firth. Kingsman: The Golden Circle is set for theatrical release September 29th. It is the sequel to 2015's Kingsman: The Secret Service. Oscar-winning filmmaker Clint Eastwood is bringing the nonfiction book The 1517 to Paris, the true story of a terrorist, a train, and 3 American heroes to the big screen. The Hollywood Reporter said Dorothy Biscoe adapted the bestseller as a screenplay for Warner Brothers, while Eastwood will direct and produce. Eastwood is expected to begin casting soon with an eye to start production later this year, Deadline.com said. WB also released Eastwood's recent hits, Sully and American Sniper, which were both about extraordinary real-life Americans as well. 1517 is the story of how 3 men thwarted a possible terrorist attack on a train from Brussels to Paris in 2015. Former Secretary of State and First Lady Hillary Rodham Clinton attended this weekend's world premiere of The Protectors Walk in the Ranger's Shoes at the Tribeca Film Festival in New York. The National Geographic documentary is the first virtual reality short from Catherine Bigelow and Imran Ismail. Shot in the Congo, the film is intended to show viewers the, quote, the dangerous reality of those who risk their lives to protect elephants from poachers slaughtering the animals for their ivory tusks, a press release says. Clinton said in a panel discussion about the film, "Here it is, Earth Day, and we are marching on behalf of science. Part of science is understanding the intricate relationships we share with all those who are on this planet, and in particular large mammals like elephants." She also added, "I'm very proud that under President Obama, the United States passed a near-federal ban on the transportation and interstate trafficking of ivory in our country." She also noted about the Obama administration that it had 3 overriding goals: stop the killing, stop the trafficking, and stop the demands, and part of that is protecting these rangers. Bigelow's, the film co-director, said, "I realized that there was an intersection between poaching and terrorism which led me to this project." She won an Oscar for helming the war drama The Hurt Locker. Game of Thrones released a series of Season 7 photos this week. The stills gives a glimpse at Cersei, played by Lena Headey, and Jaime, played by Nicola Coster-Waldau, Lannister, Daenerys Targaryen, played by Emilia Clarke, Jon Snow, Kit Harington, and other fan-favorite characters, including the Hound, played by Roy McCann. Cersei is shown sitting in the Iron Throne with Jaime, her twin brother and lover, by her side. Many pointed out that Jaime's sword appears to be Widow's Wail. The Blade Tyrant, played by Peter Dinklage, gave the pair's late son Joffrey. Elsewhere, Daenerys seems to have taken up residence in Dragonstone, the original seat of House Targaryen, which Stannis Baratheon held in earlier seasons. Jon, meanwhile, gives a pensive stare in what appears to be the crypts of Winterfell. The photos also feature Arya Stark, played by Maisie Williams, Sansa Stark, played by Sophie Turner, and Littlefinger, played by Aidan Gillian, Bran Stark, played by Isaac Hempston Wright, and Mira, played by Ellie Kendrick, and Samuel Tarly, played by John Bradley West, and Gilly, played by Hannah Murray. Game of Thrones released the first Season 7 trailer in March and will return for an abbreviated 7th season July 16. Coster-Waldau almost let spoilers slip during a recent interview with the Daily Beast. The actor said of Jaime, "It's been about Cersei his whole life." He added, "He loves his sister unconditionally, plus there are no other suitors." Well, that's not true, but he has to step up and take his father's place. Wow, I was about to reveal something from Season 7. Saturday's episode of the sci-fi series Doctor Who will see the title character and his companion Bill visit a world inhabited by emoji-robots. BBC America press release said of the episode, which was penned by Frank Cultural Bryce, "The language of the future is emojis. The Doctor takes Bill to a spectacular city on a distant planet, but where are the colonists? A band of cute droids hold the deadly answer." Doctor Who lead writer and executive producer Stephen Moffat teased that the episode includes a fantastic alien city, among the best we've ever had, and a marvelous new monsters. He also promised that the protagonist, played by Peter Capaldi, and Pearl Mackie will be surrounded by jeopardy and menace every second. Capaldi told UPI at New York Comic Con he likes that family members of all ages watch the beloved space adventure together. He notes it's one of the particular challenges of Doctor Who. "I think there is no other show that has an audience of this consistency, the age range. It's incredible. So you always have to remember when you are doing a scene that you are not just entertaining some hipsters or some people. You've also got to entertain 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, so you have to juggle all these balls. Sometimes you might find yourself doing something you think, that's a little bit kiddie, then you think, no, that's right, it should be kiddie, because those who watch the show as well as those other people believe in that." Tucker Carlson is to interview Caitlyn Jenner on Monday's edition of Tucker Carlson Tonight on Fox News Channel. Carlson announced Friday that he had booked the Olympian author and transgender reality television star, who is also a political conservative, for a sit-down chat to air next week. Carlson's news and analysis program is moving from its 9 p.m. time slot to the 8 p.m. spot, which was left vacant when Bill O'Reilly was ousted from the cable network, following public fury regarding the sexual harassment allegations against the 20-year host of The O'Reilly Factor. The Five, hosted by Kimberly Guilfoyle, Greg Cutfield, Dana Perino, and Bob Beckel, will move from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. without longtime panelist Eric Bolling, who is getting his own 5 p.m. show starting May 1st. Jesse Waters will be replacing Bolling at the 5 table. Gutfield hosted the final edition of The Factor Friday. And speaking of Bill O'Reilly, he has announced via his website he will be returning to his podcast Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The website declared without offering any other details that No Spin News returns. O'Reilly was ousted from his popular 20-year-old Fox News Channel program, The O'Reilly Factor, last week, following allegations of sexual harassment. He left after detractors demanded his removal and advertisers pulled their commercials from the show. The Factor will be replaced by Fox News Channel by Tucker Carlson tonight at 8 p.m. on Monday. The New York Daily News says O'Reilly's podcast is available to premium subscribers of his website. Turner Classic Movies says it has tapped actor Alec Baldwin to host its cinematic-centric program The Essentials. Joining Baldwin each week throughout the season will be one of three special guests: late-night television icon David Letterman, Baldwin's former 30 Rock co-star Tina Fey, and filmmaker William Franken. TCM said in a press release, together Baldwin and his guests will introduce a hand-picked classic and offer color commentary on its cultural significance, its influence on other films, behind-the-scenes stories, and their own personal reflections. The new season of The Essentials is to premiere May 6th. Baldwin takes over the hosting duties following the death of Robert Osborne, who headlined the show from 2006 to 2015. Baldwin said in a statement, "I have some big shoes to fill hosting The Essentials, and I plan on doing Bob proud. Dave, Tina, and Billy each bring a unique perspective to the movies in our lineup, and they have some fascinating and even surprising insights to share as we shine a spotlight on some of our favorite must-see films from over a century of epic movie making." Netflix says it will start streaming Disjointed, its comedy starring Oscar-winning actress Kathy Bates, on August 25th. From creators Chuck Lorre and former Daily Show head writer David Hyverbaum, the series will also feature Tone Bell, Aaron Monton, Elizabeth Alderfer, Dougie Baldwin, and Elizabeth Ho. The synopsis of the show reads, Ruth, a lifelong advocate for legalization, is finally living her dream as the owner of a Los Angeles cannabis dispensary, Ruth's Alternative Caring. Joining her are three charismatic bud tenders, her entrepreneurial 20-something-year-old son, and a very troubled security guard. Netflix released a brief video Thursday announcing the premiere date. It shows Bates with long hair wearing colorful clothing as she walks out of her character's smoke-filled shop, bringing the marijuana joint in her hand up to her lips, inhaling and exhaling before heading back inside. Melissa Benoist and Julia Garner have joined the cast of Waco, a 6-part event series filming now in Santa Fe. The Weinstein television production is expected to air on the Paramount Network, which will replace Spike TV as part of a rebranding strategy in 2018. Waco is based on the true story of the 51-day standoff in 1993 between the FBI and ATF and David Koresh's spiritual sect, the Brandavians. The stalemate ended with a shootout fire in the deaths of nearly 100 people. Supergirl star Benoist will portray Rachel, the wife of Branch Davidian leader David Koresh, while grandma actress Garner will play Rachel's younger sister, Michelle, and the mother of one of David's children. The Waco ensemble also includes Taylor Kish, Michael Shannon, Shia Wigham, and Paul Sparks and John Leguizamo. TNT says it has set a July 10th premiere date for Will, its new drama series about playwright William Shakespeare. Newcomer Laurie Davidson plays the title role in the period drama, which also features Olivia DeJohn, Ewan Bremner, Com Meaney, Matthias Inwood, Jamie Campbell Bower, William Houston, Lucas Rolfe, Max Bennett, and Jasmine Savoy Brown. Synopsis reads, as Will opens, a young William Shakespeare has just arrived onto the punk rock theater scene in 16th century London. It is in this seductive, violent world that his raw talent faces rioting audiences, religious fanatics, and raucous sideshows. Attracted to Will's naive genius is Alice Burbage, the talented, beautiful, and rebellious daughter of James Burbage, the carpenter whose vision led him to build the first theater in London since Roman times. Despite being the daughter of an impresario, Alice is forbidden by society from pursuing a career in the theater. Her brother Richard is innately talented as well, but too much in love with himself and prone to overact. But a chance encounter at the theater leads him to team up with Will in what would soon become the greatest actor-writer partnership the world has ever seen. Freeform says it has ordered a third season of its young adult fantasy drama Shadowhunters to air in 2018. The show returns for the second half of Season 2 on June 5th. It stars Catherine McNamara as Clary Frey, Dominic Sherwood as Jace Wadelin, Alberto Rosended as Simon Lewis, Imrian Tabulia as Isabel Lightwood, Matthew Daddario as Alec Lightwood, Isaiah Mustafa as Luke Garraway, and Harry Shum Jr. as Magnus Band. The synopsis reads, torn between the Clavs' rules and what they feel is right, Clary, Jace, Alec, and Isabel struggle to help forge a new beginning. Relationships will be tested. A new shadow hunter named Sebastian will join the fray, and a Seelie Queen will step out of the shadows in the summertime. Tyra Banks wants Lindsay Lohan to join her in Life Size 2. The 43-year-old model and television personality told E! News she'd love for Lohan, who starred with her in the original movie, to return in the Freeform sequel. Banks said Wednesday at the network's Upfront, "I would love for Lindsay to do something. Every time I see her, she gives me a hug like it was back in the days, like she's 10 years old again." She entreated Lohan while speaking to the camera, "I would love for you to come back and something for Life Size, will you?" Banks will reprise Eve, a doll who comes to life in Life Size 2, and is also executive producing the movie. She told Entertainment Tonight she will run Lohan by her partners and suggest actress and singer Zendaya. The star said, "I love Lindsay. I have not reached out to offer a cameo, but I think it would be interesting. I have to talk to my fellow producers." She added, "I would love Zendaya. I think Zendaya would be really interesting." The original Life Size premiered on ABC and the Disney Channel in 2000. Banks has since hosted the reality competition America's Next Top Model, while Lohan has appeared in Mean Girls, Machete, and The Canyons. Kendra Wilkinson and Jay Rodriguez are to star in Sex Tips for Straight Women from a Gay Man at Paris, Las Vegas, starting May 27th. Written by Matt Murphy, the show is a stage adaptation of Dan Anderson and Maggie Berman's novel. Murphy said in a statement Thursday, "The success of the show in New York City and on tour has exceeded my wildest expectations. Working with Kendra and Jay on the Las Vegas premiere is going to be such a blast. I can't wait to see them on stage together at Paris, Las Vegas." Producer Adam Steck wrote, "My wife and I saw the show for the first time in New York City and immediately thought Las Vegas needs this. It's fun, lighthearted, including crowd interaction, and most importantly, it's a bit naughty." Rodriguez tweeted, "What better way to celebrate my 20th year as a working actor than starring opposite at Kendra Wilkinson this summer in this hilarious play." Wilkinson starred in the reality television show Kendra on Top and The Girl Next Door, while Rodriguez is best known for his work on Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. Hollywood actor Rob Lowe is the latest celebrity to play Colonel Harlan Sanders in a Kentucky Fried Chicken ad campaign. His first commercial debuted Friday. Lowe said in a statement, "My grandfather was the head of the Ohio chapter of the National Restaurant Association in the 1960s and took me to meet Colonel Harlan Sanders when I was a kid. It was a big deal. I thought this would be a nice homage to both Colonel Sanders and to my grandfather. Plus, we're sending the Zinger chicken sandwich to space. You know you can't beat that." Kevin Hochman, the KFC's U.S. President and Chief Concept Officer, says, "I have no idea how we'll launch a chicken sandwich into space, but the marketing team thinks they can do it. What I do know is the Zinger is the best-selling KFC chicken sandwich in 120 countries and is now available in America." The rise and fall of former WWE star Chyna is highlighted in a new trailer for an upcoming documentary, Wrestling with Chyna. The clip released Thursday to coincide with the one-year anniversary of her death features moments from throughout Chyna's time with the WWE, along with interviews with fellow wrestlers Mick Foley and X-Pac. Foley says Chyna shattered everybody's perception of what a female was capable of. She made people believe in themselves. The trailer also includes interviews with Chyna filmed during her final months as the documentary chronicles her battle with drug abuse. She declared emotionally, "I'm Chyna, I'm a champion. I went from a billion-dollar commodity to on the street." Director Eric Angra, when speaking with E! News, noted how emotional the film was, stating, "The whole documentary is one big emotional moment. It is very, very intense." He continued by saying, "You'll see her struggles with her personal demons, her emotions, and obviously as well we found out some of her substance abuse issues. I think the documentary is going to show the entire rainbow of emotion a human being can go through, so it's quite emotional." Wrestling with Chyna has no set release date. Chyna died at the age of 45 from a mixture of alcohol and prescription drugs. A passing to report, Erin Moran, who is best known for playing Joni Cunningham on the classic sitcom Happy Days and its spin-off Joni Loves Chachi, has died. CBS News said that the Harrison County Dispatch in Corydon, Indiana, received a 911 call regarding an unresponsive female Saturday afternoon. First responders who went to the scene determined the 56-year-old actress had died, TMZ said. An autopsy will be performed to determine the time and cause of her death. Former co-star Henry Winkler tweeted, "Oh, Erin, now you will finally have the peace you wanted so badly here on Earth. Rest in insanity. Now, too soon." Ron Howard, her one-time Happy Days castmate, who later became an accomplished filmmaker, said in his own Twitter post, "Such sad news. Rest in peace, Erin. I'll always choose to remember you on your show, making scenes better, getting laughs, and lighting up TV screens." Said in the 1950s and 60s, Happy Days ran for 11 seasons from 1974 to 1984. It was created by writer, producer, and director Gary Marshall. Moran was 56. Kim Kardashian thinks brother Rob Kardashian and Blac Chyna are just not meant to be. The 36-year-old reality star weighed in on Rob and Blac Chyna's volatile relationship in a preview for the April 23rd episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Kim said in a confessional shot, "I've always felt like them as a couple just isn't healthy, and I think they know that too. It's not like some secret. Rob can be really irrational, and he just has to learn to take responsibility for himself and not blame it on Chyna. This just has to all stop." She later adds, "It's so clear what this relationship is, and they're just not meant to be with each other." The promo shows Kim and mom Kris Jenner's boyfriend, Corey Gamble, visit Rob following his highly publicized split from Blac Chyna in December. Rob announced December 17th that Blac Chyna left him and took their daughter Dream. In the clip, Kim tells her brother, "I've always been super cool with her. Like, I have a different relationship with her than what you guys have, and with Kylie, and I've always heard her out and stuff. Just seeing the motives is what's hurtful." Rob and Blac Chyna reconciled in late December, but reportedly ended their engagement again in February. The pair were spotted on a date this week, however, although Blac Chyna wasn't wearing her engagement ring at the time. The model recently said in the April issue of Cosmopolitan South Africa, "I feel like every person who is in a long-term relationship or is committed to their person goes through ups and downs. I'm in it for the long haul." Keep Up with the Kardashians airs Sundays on E! The April 23rd episode also showed Kris Jenner's heated response to her portrayal in ex-spouse Caitlyn Jenner's memoir, The Secret of My Life. A new unreleased single from Prince titled Deliverance is available for purchase once again as the selling of its accompanying EP of the same name was halted. The 5-track collection of unheard studio recordings from 2006 to 2008 comes from independent label Rogue Music Alliance, or RMA, and the EP's producer and songwriter Ian Bollocks. The song is now on sale through a website set up by RMA, coinciding with the 1-year anniversary of the music icon's death. The Deliverance was first made available across streaming services such as Apple Music on Tuesday, with the EP available for pre-order on iTunes until Wednesday, when Prince's estate filed a lawsuit stating that Bollocks released the music without permission. A United States District Court judge in Minnesota sided with the estate, placing a restraining order on the release of the EP until May 3rd, when a hearing would be held to determine the next course of action, Rolling Stones reported. Prince's estate says that Bollocks is violating a signed agreement that he made with the Purple Rain singer that states that all recordings made during their sessions would remain his. The estate said Wednesday in a statement to Billboard, Mr. Bollocks did not comply with his agreement. Instead, Mr. Bollocks maintained copies of certain tracks, waited until after Prince's tragic death, and is now attempting to release tracks without the authorization of the estate and in violation of the agreement and applicable law. RMA has defended their choice to release the single, stating, through their attorney Matthew Wilson, the federal court located in Minnesota has temporarily enjoined the release of the remaining unreleased tracks of the Deliverance EP. The court order has not enjoined the release single Deliverance, therefore the Deliverance single will continue to be sold. Mariah Carey and her ex-husband Nick Cannon reunited once again to read bedtime stories to their children, 5-year-old twins Monroe and Moroccan. The pop star wrote along on Instagram Thursday alongside a photo of the family laying down together on one bed as Carey is seen reading to Moroccan while Cannon and Monroe are seen sleeping. #bedtime stories. #ThemeKids, #family. This is the latest reunion between Carey and Cannon, who recently shared a family Easter photo on Instagram after the pair brought Monroe and Moroccan together to the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. Also on Thursday, TMZ spotted the pair enjoying a night out at a fancy restaurant together in Beverly Hills. When asked if they were official, Cannon responded, "We've always been official." Carey and Cannon were married in 2008 but split in 2014. The divorce was finalized in 2016. Musician Kenny G offered an upbeat note Saturday to recent stories of tempers flaring on airline flights. The saxophonist gave Delta passengers on the flight from Tampa to Los Angeles a surprise performance. A flight attendant announced the crew was raising money for the Relay for Life charity. Kenny G agreed to perform if $2,000 could be raised on the flight. The goal was met, and Kenny G kept his promise. One passenger told Storyful, "It was just an amazing moment. So awesome for him to do that so randomly for such a great cause." The Fate and the Furious is the #1 movie in North America for a second weekend, earning $38.7 million, BoxOfficeMojo.com announced Sunday. Coming in at #2 is The Boss Baby with $12.8 million, followed by Beauty and the Beast at #3 with $10 million, Born in China at #4 with $5.1 million, and Going in Style at #5 with $5 million. Rounding up the top tier are Smurfs The Lost Village at #6 with $4.9 million, Unforgettable at #7 with $4.8 million, Gifted at #8 with $4.5 million, The Promise at #9 with $4 million, and The Lost City of Z with $2.1 million. And as your entertainment report for Monday, April 24th, 2017, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.